Hi, this is John from FlatCatGear. So a couple months ago we were doing a lot of experimentation with pan frying. We figured out how to way to do it. Now what we've done is we've leveraged everything we knew how to do pan frying, and we've come up with a way to do dry baking in a single aluminum pot. Now it won't work with titanium, but if you have an aluminum pot, you can now dry bake if you use a diffuser and ways to even out the heat. So I'm going to bring the camera in, I'll show you how to set up, and then later on we're going to make some cornbread or something. This is our Bobcat Covia system, and we came up with two ways to dry bake. The original way was to add some steaks, and this is elevated a couple inches above the stove, and then you will put your titanium pot and a pan in place. Now this is all for pertaining to titanium pots. After that we came up with a way of using a diffuser plate, and the diffuser plate would sit right on top of the burner. And then the pot would sit right on the burner and have much more wind protection. Then when we were experimenting with frying, it turns out we needed to get a more even heat, and we found out that the best way to do that was combine those two methods, use the diffuser, and elevate the pot. Now I'll show you this in a side view in a minute. Well, it turns out that you get such an even heat that you can now dry bake using a single aluminum pot. It won't work with titanium, but aluminum has enough heat transfer characteristics that now I can dry bake with a single pot. So that's one of the advantages of going to aluminum cookware. Alright, I got everything prepped. So I've got my diffuser plate and my steaks for elevating. So turn it down. We'll turn it down quite a bit. Put the diffuser on. Elevate the steaks. Turn it down a little bit more. Got my biscuit ready to go. Alright, we'll come back in a little bit. Alright, it's been baking about 40 minutes. Alexa, stop. So about baking 40 minutes, you can see the bottom is nice and evenly brown, and also as well as the sides it's evenly brown. And of course the way we bake, the top doesn't get brown because the heat goes up through the sides of the pots. So this looks like a win. This took 19 grams of fuel. It took about 40 minutes, 19 grams of fuel. So here we are, again, dry baking single aluminum pot. I want to talk about pots a little bit. So the most success you're going to have is having a thicker wall aluminum pot. And this is one that I had around. This is also 5 inches in diameter. It's nice because it's a nice size for two people. Now you could use this one. This is 6 inches in diameter, but you have to realize now that that muffin is going to flatten out and be pretty thin. So the diameter is going to make a big difference. This was the Kmart grease pot. And the wall thickness on this was actually too thin. And you can see the heat transfer wasn't as good. You can see where, here's a photo where the brown bottom got darker than the sides by a lot. So you're going to have to work a little bit to find the right pot. Again, I would pick the 5-inch diameter seems a good size. A heavy wall makes more sense. But now you can bring one pot system to do all your boiling, steaming, even dry baking. Using an aluminum pot. So come visit us at www.flatcatgear.com.